Hey everyone, it's Alex with the Seattle Guitar Store online at seattleguitarstore.com. Today we're going to take a look at the C Machine by Earthuaker Devices, the next pedal in our series of the Year of the Pedal. Now, this is Earthquaker's take on a chorus pedal. And if you're kind of on the fence about chorus, if you sort of don't want to get that traditional kind of 80s chorus sound, I would recommend you take a look at the C Machine because I think you're going to find something in there that you like if you're looking for that kind of sound, but with a bit of a twist. So let's talk real quickly about how a chorus pedal works. A chorus effect works by taking a copy of a signal and altering the delay time of it back and forth, and that's what's going to kind of give you that detuning effect. The rate at which that delay time is modulated can be done in different ways, and without getting too mathy, if you think about it, you can either sort of gradually change the delay time or you can simply just move it chunk by chunk by chunk. I have it all the way over to the left, and you can see that the LED light is kind of coming on and going off, and you can see it's kind of fading in and out. If I turn it all the way to the right, you'll see it's much more of a sharp on off on off. Now that works in relation with the rate, and you'll see if I turn the rate up, I get a much faster sort of blinky light to go with it. And even with the rate up, you'll see it's more of a pulse, subtle pulse like this. And this is how it's going to affect the sound. So let's bring it down here where we just have something kind of subtle. Now you can hear how the rate all right, you can hear how turning the rate up is kind of affecting how fast that change is happening. And then if I change the shape, it's going to give me a different sound because it's not going to be so smooth going between delay times. Right, you can even hear it, like look at the light while you hear this. Right, just a different sort of sound. All right, I tend to like that a little bit smoother there. Now, the intensity knob is going to adjust the overall delay time. And so the further the intensity goes, the wider the variation of the delay time. So I've got it set, relatively low. If we really crank this thing up, you start to get a pretty intense detuning effect. Right? Now that works in combination with this animate knob, which is going to affect kind of the range of the shifting. So these two things sort of play a lot with each other. It's very typical of Earthquaker pedals how one knob, while they affect different things, kind of affects another setting on that. So if I bring the animate down but I keep the intensity up, right, as I bring that up, right, you can just, gives you a different kind of sound. Now the dimension is going to change how much of this starts to become more like a delay pedal. And remember that the way that a chorus works is it's got to make copies of a sound. So it's essentially like a delay pedal with a function that kind of modulates what the delay part's going to do. Right now I have the dimension set all the way back, but if I crank this up, I start to actually get additional signal after I finish playing something. Right? So what that allows you to do is you could even kind of treat it almost like a reverb or a delay. And if you listen, you can kind of hear all the subtle slapbacks that are happening there. So it's just a different effect to work with there. We'll turn that down a little bit. Now the depth control is actually, what that's controlling is your dry wet signal. Now, I have it cranked all the way up for sort of maximum chorus awesomeness. But if we bring this down, obviously you can sort of, and even with like really crazy settings. Right, if your crazy settings are kind of too much, you can dial that back, or if you really want to go all in, you can really get that sort of drunken sailor sound. So that's the C Machine. Like so many Earthquaker devices, it's really worth sitting down, spending some time with it, and just seeing what kind of crazy sounds you can come up with. A really cool kind of non-traditional chorus that you will never get tired of. You will find all sorts of cool things to do with that. So come in and check it out at Seattle Guitar Store or your local Earthquaker dealer. Remember, this artwork you can only get at the Seattle Guitar Store in person or online at seattleguitarstore.com. And while you're there, be sure to sign up for the free newsletter. It's going to give you advanced access to a lot of really cool demos, in-store clinics we do. You're going to get access to special online deals as well as contests and giveaways, like a chance to win this pedal or any of the other pedals that we're featuring in the Year of the Pedal series. All right, until next time, take care.